Junior Unit 6 is all about creative problem solving. And so first of all, we want to give our kids specific problem solving strategies so they know that there's definitely more than one way to solve any problem. And they have a whole bunch of different ideas that they can choose from, and teaching them to, fight fairly, be respectful when they are having a conflict with someone else so that we can let them work it out themselves. We don't always want to be the referee. We don't always want to step in and then it looks like we're taking sides. We do want them to teach them to think critically, to work it out stuff for themselves. But we also know there's a lot of stronger personalities who might dominate, or, they all go to the same, we're just going to solve it this one way. And there's multiple ways to do that. So, throughout these lessons, we kind of address how we can solve things in different ways. But we want our kids to be critical thinkers. We don't want them to just blindly follow everything we say and do, as much as it sounds like a good idea. But if they are fighting us, if they're learning how to say no to us and their siblings, that means when they go out into the world, that they will be better equipped to do so as well. And there may not always be an adult or a peer who has their best interests. And so we don't want them to blindly follow them. We want them to think like, is this the best choice for me? Or is this what I should be doing right now? And giving them the confidence to do that by practicing in our own homes and saying no potentially to peer pressure and other dangerous situations. They practice on us first. So it has to be respectful, of course, and has to be, the right time to have those conversations, but we definitely want to give them the confidence to do so. And a couple of other just kind of problem solving ideas is to have your kids thinking about zooming out when things are happening and they're in the heat of the moment. Sometimes it just feels so big, but sometimes the question of, is this going to matter? And it can be whatever length of time you want, depending on the situation of the problem. Is this going to matter in 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks? Or is this going to matter in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months? Or what is this going to matter in 3 minutes, 3 weeks, 3 months? Like whatever it is, just kind of getting that perspective of like, okay, so it feels huge and big right now, but even in a day or two from now, it might not feel so big. We're not trying to invalidate their feelings, but just kind of give them that perspective of it. And then the other thing comes up a lot in problem solving is there's definitely conflicts between, family members and so forth. And sometimes we get just sucked into the emotion of it when they come in and say, I hate X, Y, and Z, or you never do this or whatever. And we kind of go right to the like, don't say you hate something, or don't, and we get all sidetracked on that emotion, and we're losing like what actually happened between you and the sibling, or what's going on. And so in that moment, we just kind of want to go like, wow, sounds like you're really mad at, your brother. And then you just pause. And then you let them, whatever, and you try to get it down to what's happening. And do you need to step in, or is this something they can solve? Do they just need to calm down first? Because once we're calm, we can solve any problem. We talked about flipping our lid in previous units. And so when that lid's back on, so kind of figuring out, but then going back later and saying, hey, remember when you said like you hated, so-and-so, like, that's not part of our family values. We don't talk with people like that. Just say you were mad at them. You were so mad at them. In that moment, you were super angry and you wanted nothing to do with them, and all of that is fine. But hate, we just want to be careful of the words and stuff that we use. So you can go back and have that conversation later. But in that moment, just go to what the feeling is, which sounds like you're really upset right now. Sounds like you're really angry right now, or whatever that is. And don't let those words derail like what's actually happening that you probably should address.